and gentlemen, hello and welcome to our English news edition coming to you from Canal, Algérie. I'm your host, Maysa Doumas. To the headlines. The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, highlights the key role of the Algerian medical staff and vows to take in charge their professional grievances by the end of the current year. The Algerian-Turkish cooperation is in the limelight on the occasion of the Oran exhibition meant to promote the local production and upgrade of exportation. And the General Caliph of the Tariqa Tijaniya or Order pays a visit to Nigeria to promote tolerance and other lofty values in Africa. Those were today's headlines. First in our news, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired on Sunday the closing ceremony of the National Seminar on the Modernization of the Health System at the People's Palace here in Algiers, during which he stressed the health sector's immense efforts and vowed to take in charge their professional grievances by the end of the year. More details with Manal Maafa.
The President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, chaired on Sunday the closing ceremony of the National Seminar on the Modernization of the Health System. Were present the President of the Council of the Nation, Salah Goujil, the Prime Minister, Minister of Finance, Ayman bin Abdurrahman, the President of the Constitutional Court, Omar Belhaj, the Chief of Staff of the National People's Army, Lieutenant General Saeed Shingareha, the Minister of Health, Abdurrahman bin Bouzid, as well as senior state officials and executives of the health sector. This meeting focused during 2 days on ways and means of reviewing the health system and its reorganization according to modern standards. In his speech, the President of the Republic affirmed that the legitimate claims of the health sector's workers and their grievances will be taken in charge before the end of the year. He further said that this year will be dedicated to the thorough revision of all the laws related to the health sector, aiming to modernize it and give its staff what it deserves. The President added that our country's main pillars are both men and women, which the government is determined to take care of. He continued his speech by highlighting the government's determination to provide all means to fight against the COVID-19 pandemic and called on everyone to get vaccinated as it is the only solution. He also stated that whatever it is said about the figures, they are real, and despite everything, it is proven that the state is able to fight against this virus with its own material and human means. And in order to provide a high-quality service, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, stressed the importance of maintenance of not only the health structures but all institutions. On the occasion, the President of the Republic pointed out Algeria's lifespan indicators, which have marked a great progress by reaching 78 years for women and 76 years for men, as it was just 54 after the independence, a fact which cannot be denied, whereas other countries which have gained independence earlier than Algeria, their lifespan is still around 54 years. All these facts prove that Algeria's health institutions and standard of living have made great progress since independence. President Tebboune added that Algeria has its specific features as well as its strong points which are to be maintained and weak points that are to be worked on. The President of the Republic concluded his speech by stating that the government is open to constructive criticism, but on the other hand, some Algerian nationals are waiting for a disaster by predicting additional future waves of the coronavirus to take place in the country, in addition to some local newspapers that vehicle negative messages of Algeria marked by a shortage of foodstuffs, aiming to spread low spirit among the citizens, an issue which must be dealt with immediately and seriously. At the end of this session, a 1-minute silence was observed by the participants at the memory of the health sector's martyrs.
نقف فضلا دقيقة صمت ترحما عليهم.
During the seminar meant to modernize the health system in Algeria, the participants focused on 8 workshops, which resulted in recommendations that will be submitted to the President of the Republic and which will constitute a base for the health law reforms. More details with Melissa Kabash.
Numerous recommendations and decisions were taken during the 2-day seminar devoted to modernizing the health in Algeria. This important get-together aims to initiate a reform and upgrade the health sector in all its segments, namely financial questions, professional career status, and the decisions that will be approved by the government before the end of the current year. As the President of the Republic said, we can make reforms in short, medium as well as long terms, but we must be rational without any rush. I am very happy. I can see that this time it's more serious. We can feel the readiness of the government and its willingness to be in line with the international standards. According to the health specialists, the organization of care, digitization, the health card, the availability of medicines and equipment, as well as the improvement of the treatment conditions are the main recommendations for the better care of patients. The President of the Republic called for the combined efforts and everyone's commitment so as to improve the health system and the quality of care.
To COVID-19 updates now, 415 new confirmed cases of coronavirus, 274 recovered and 9 people died in the last 24 hours in Algeria, according to the Health Ministry. Within the framework of the 2022 Finance Law, an information day was organized by the Algerian Chamber of Commerce and Industry on Sunday to encourage investment and create job opportunities. More details with Melissa Kabash.
Encourage investment and moving towards the implementation of an economic model that creates wealth and jobs is what 2022 Finance Law provides through the implementation of new provisions.
The 2022 Finance Law helped our company in a positive way in terms of investment, promotion and production. 2022 will be the year of the great reforms concerning the government's budget, and the reforms indicators must be accompanied by the program of each ministry.
The 2022 Finance Law has maintained the financial balance of the state with a policy of ambitious economic recovery while preserving it for the benefit of vulnerable social categories.
The Algerian-Turkish cooperation is in the limelight on the occasion of the fair being held in Western Sahara in the western city of Oran, meant to promote the national products and upgrade exportation. Ines Killu has the details.
40 exhibitors are to show their know-how and experience in several fields, notably textile and building, so as to reinforce the Algerian-Turkish cooperation. The aim of this fair to promote the local products and encourage exportation.
This fair is a good opportunity for us to promote our national products and to try to upgrade them at the international level.
This fair will for sure promote the already existing excellent cooperation between the two countries in all fields of human endeavor. This company is a telling evidence of this successful cooperation.
The man who runs this company is Turkish. Our factory is based in Istanbul, Turkey. We try to diversify our products.
Finally, this fair represents a good opportunity for private and public enterprises to sign partnership agreement with the Turkish companies famous of its good quality products.
The General Caliph of the Tariqa Tijaniya was warmly welcomed by his followers in the Nigerian city, Canal. This visit aims to consolidate the spiritual ties between the two countries. The details with Melissa Kabash.
The General Caliph of Tariqa Tijaniya, Sheikh Sid Ali bin Arabi Tijani, paid a visit to Nigeria, where he was welcomed by the followers of Tariqa Tijaniya and the city of Kabu. The visit of the Caliph is of great importance. It is considered as a historical visit that we shall never forget. Every follower of Zawiya Tijaniya should be proud to belong to it. a spiritual visit that aims to strengthen the bonds of fraternity between followers of the Tariqa Tijaniyya. I pray for both Nigeria and Algeria as well as for Muslims. May God preserve them and close their ranks. The Algerian and Nigerian people are bound with strong spiritual ties through their attachment to the values of tolerance, brotherhood, and peace advocated by Islam.
The African Cup of Nations tournament kicked off on Sunday in Cameroon after a considerable delay due to several internal problems and the COVID-19 pandemic, which affected Cameroon like other countries in the world. As for the Algerian national team, the guys of Jamal Belmadi resumed their training ahead of their opening game versus Sierra Leone in Group E. The team is ready to defend their trophy gained 2 years ago in Egypt. So let's wish all the best for the Desert Warriors in their continental campaign. Internationally and in the Saharan File, the American magazine The Progressive confirmed that the U.S. President Joe Biden must immediately cancel his predecessor Donald Trump's recognition of Morocco's alleged sovereignty over Western Sahara. The magazine highlighted in a recent article at the University of San Francisco that Joe Biden stressed that any use of force to change borders is completely prohibited by the international law and constitutes a violation of the United Nations fundamental principles. For her part, the Sahrawi fighter Sultana Khaya called on Sunday the international community to protect her from the terrible repression being imposed on her by the Moroccan occupation forces, including house arrest in the occupied city of Boujdour for more than a year amid terrible acts that deprived her from the simplest human rights. Let's wrap up our news bulletin with culture. The play Pustisha was performed in Algiers. This comedy, which brings together hundreds of participants to the great pleasure of a large audience, which was compelled to comply with strict health prevention protocols. More details with Ines Killo.
Pustisha, or small problem in the Algerian local dialect, a mega show that tells the story of a district reduced at night to a single source of lighting. It is the result of a deliberate, poorly conducted project to divert part of the funds allocated to it. One evening, the inhabitants noticed that the only lamp that lights the street had been broken, which led to heated quarrels between neighbors.
It is necessary to create dynamism in the Algerian theatre. Those in charge must take into consideration the Algerian culture in order to consolidate it.
There are about 150 actors, old and new. It was an opportunity to motivate the young actors present with us. This play is about the social problems of the Algerian people. More than 200 artists of several generations from different backgrounds and social standards, between amateurs, professionals, self-taught, took part in this show, unique in its kind.
It has been 2 years since the actors have worked because of the spread of the coronavirus. The volunteer artists who participated in this play worked for free in order to consolidate the culture of volunteerism and social solidarity among Algerians, as the funds from this play will be donated to children affected with cancer.
For the theatre lovers who missed this event, the play Pustisha will be performed again in the 2 coming days, in the same venue, namely the Algerian National Theatre.
That was it for our news edition. Thanks for tuning in to our program. Good night.